Alright, so nagbabalik tayo sa ating violin tips and tricks. And for today's video, before we start, I just want to thank everyone and greet everyone a happy new year, no? So 2023 now, we've been doing this series for over, I think, more or less 2 years, and today is our 220th episode. And yeah, I just want to thank each and every one of you who continue to watch and support my videos and also this series, no, yung violin tips and tricks. Sana marami kayong natututunan, and I'll try to continue posting more content like this to help out people who really want to learn the instrument, no? Not just the violin, but music in general as well. No? Ayan. Sana nakakatulong tong video na to. And for today's video, we will be talking about things that you can adjust, no, or optimize for this year. No? Parang mga New Year's resolution, ika nga, in practicing or in playing. Ano ba yung, for me, yung mga gagawin ko for myself na pwede nyo rin sigurong itry gawin on your own, no? Add it to your practice regimens or, you know, try out new stuff. Ayan. So, first thing that I wanna try out for this year is to actually do more stretching before practice, no? Minsan kasi nasanay na tayo na paghawak ng instrument, play agad, no? So ganun na yung nagiging mindset, no? Paghawak ng instrument, tutugtog na, no? Whether that's open strings, no? Whether you're just going to play scales, or minsan yung iba diretso na sa pyesa dahil sa sobrang excitement. So I want to try to optimize my practice, no, to start with stretches, kasi napapansin ko, no, sa sarili ko, no, that I tend to get tired easier, no, siguro signs of aging. Pero yun yan, to try to do more stretching before I start, no. Simple stretches lang naman, so you can check out my previous videos, no, para makita nyo kung ano yung mga stretching na ginagawa. I also try to find other stretching na ginagawa ng iba pang mga musicians, no, to try and give me more time para sa practice ko, na hindi agad ako mapapagod. In a sense na napapagod yung muscles, kasi sometimes our muscles get tight, no, if we don't stretch properly. No, the same as athletes, diba? That's why proper dynamic stretching is an important part, should be an important part of your practice regimen, no? So yun, I'll try to add more stretching in my practices, no? Another thing that I would try to do is actually put in more time siguro for my scales and open strings, no? Kasi sometimes kasi we get too carried away with practicing agad yung mga pyesa kasi it's very exciting, especially if you're learning new repertoire. And also it's mas madali siyang i-absorb, diba? It's less boring kasi nga yung open strings and scales and all, yes, they are essential, but it tends to get boring, no, kapag paulit-ulit. So I'll try to spice my practices up, no. Maghahanap ako ng ibang ways to develop my scales and my open string practice, no, kasama ng mga bowing practices, no, all of those things na medyo it could really get boring. Just try to find ways for me to actually make it more meaningful, no, and easier to actually grasp, no, para mas enjoy yung practice ng mga parts na yun. So, ano ba yung mga pwede mong gawin, no? So, you wanna try different bowings, no? When you're practicing scales, even open strings, mag-try ka ng different bowings. Maybe you could do slurs, no? On different notes. Iba-ibahin mo yung slur patterns. Yan yung mga pwede mong gawin. Also, try to play around with vibratos if you're starting out and learning vibratos, no? So, yun yung mga pwede mong gawin on your own to try to spice things up when it comes to your scales and your open string practice, no? Kasi pag paulit-ulit lang, no, long tones lang na 8, 4, 2, siguro try mong magbilang in triplets, magbilang in by 9s, by 7s, yung mga ganon, no? Simple things to make your practice regimen more fun. Ayan. So, yun yung mga pwede nyong gawin, no? Kasi practicing etudes and pieces, no, repertoire is one of the most fun things to do, no? Pero yung mga prep before that, doon tayo minsan nagkukulang sa time or we don't give it as much importance, no? Especially pag medyo mas advanced na, talagang diretso na sa sa pyesa pag minsan nagagahol sa oras, no? And that's another thing I want to optimize in my practice, is that to actually find time, not really to be very strict with my timings on my practices, but just to make sure that I actually become more efficient with the use of my time, no? So less mo na yung cellphone. Dapat pag practice ka, yung cellphone mo, should be something useful to you, like it should be a metronome or it should be a tuner, no? Tanggalin muna natin, do not disturb muna natin yung mga cellphones natin, no? And only use things that will help you in your practices. Of course, timer, yung mga ganyan, no? Minsan kailangan natin i-time yung sarili natin when we're practicing, so that we don't get too fatigued naman, no? Huwag tayo din mapagod sa sobrang pagpa-practice, because that could also happen. So yeah, just trying to optimize my workflow, no? Kung paano ko i-add yung practice time ko, paano ko aayusin yung practice time ko, and also yun nga, emphasizing a lot on the preparations, no? Just to speed up, no, yung pag-aaral din ng repertoire. Kasi at the end of the day, those small things that you do before you go to the main event or your main part of practice, which is your etudes and your repertoire pieces, no, yung mga concertos mo, is the most essential part of your practice, diba? Kahit nga hindi ka mag-practice ng pyesa, as long as maganda yung foundation mo, madali mo matutugtog yung mga pieces, no? Now, outside of practice, ano ba yung mga pwede nyong gawin? Especially if you are, let's say, a student, no? Nag-aaral ka pa lang ng music, no? Or you're just going to be starting your music journey, is to also read more books, no? Not necessarily yung mga method books na ginagamit natin when we're having lessons, like yung Suzuki, yung mga Wolfart, yung mga etude books, no? But also read on music history, no? And read on the composers that you want to learn, no? And also yung mga books on teaching strategies, those types of things. Kasi mas marami kang makukuhang insight and knowledge that you won't get from method books lang, no? I think we did a video on this year lang din, or last year, I don't remember. But yeah, try to find learning resources or materials outside ng mga pyesa lang. Kasi yung mga pyesa, those are already applications. Now, you wanna understand theories, like for example, yung Alexander technique, yung mga ganyan, or the Galamian style of learning and teaching, yung mga ganon. So you can try to read more, no? I'm trying to find more resources for me, no? To also be a better teacher, no? So to apply a different approach, no? Kasi nga marami naman talaga approaches to teaching that you really want to apply, no? Because not everyone will need the same type of approach, no? Or would be successful in those types of approaches. So kailangan mo talaga maghanap, and you constantly need to work and learn, no, new things and techniques. Yeah. So the last thing that I want to share with you that I would do personally is to actually find different techniques on doing things, no? So kasi a lot of people tend to stay in a box, no? Ito na yung napag-aralan ko, ito na yung nakasanayan ko, ito lang yung techniques na gagawin ko. And some people think na yung iba techniques na ginagawa ng iba would be wrong. But in reality, there are 1,000 ways to do one thing. And if you find other ways that is more adapted to, let's say, your body type or the way you play, edi try it out, no? Find out what works for you best, and don't knock it till you try it, diba? Sabi nga nila, there's a lot of ways to do one thing, no? And it doesn't mean na mali yung ginagawa mo, it doesn't mean na mali yung ginagawa nila, and you just have to try around different techniques, no? Whether that's for bowing, whether that's for using your fingers, using your hands, no? Marami talagang iba-ibang ways, no? Personally, during the pandemic, I have changed my bow hold for, I think, around 2 to 3 different types, no? Yung bow hold ko nagbago, no? Naging medyo mas stiff, naging medyo mas malambot. So, there's a lot of things that could happen and minor tweaks, no? And trying out different techniques that are new to you, no? New in a sense na hindi mo pa siya natatry on your own could help you out and make you a little bit more knowledgeable and about your instrument and how you sound. And also, at the end of the day, mas gaganda yung magiging results mo kasi you become more open-minded and you understand your instrument, the music, and your techniques better. Ayan. So, at the end of the day, it's all about improvement, no? And to start the year right, no? Try to find ways to optimize everything that you are doing and try your best to actually apply it, no? Maaga pa lang, no? And the thing is, you have to be consistent with it. Para until the end of the year, those optimizations that you're trying to do will stick. And hopefully, next year, yung pag-optimize mo ulit next year will be much, much better. And so, sana nakatulong tong video na to. If it did, please do drop a like, comment down below more content you'd like to see, and of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on all my socials, all the links you need down in the description box below. This has been Ryan Monakil for Violin Tips and Tricks, and I'll see you on the next video.